Welcome to Hot 97 News, a brand new live news show where we break down the biggest stories people are talking about around the country. I'm your host, Lana Harris, here with Ronndell with 2 N's.
What's happening?
And Million.
Hey.
And I'm going to start off by saying, a lot of people say the Democrats are being dramatic when they say that Trump thinks he's a dictator, thinks he's a king, XYZ. Sometimes the man does it to himself. He does it to himself, and this story kind of proves it. He was doing an interview with the New York Times, and they asked him if he thought that there were any limits to his global powers. And he said, and we can pull it up for you here, there is one thing, my own morality, my own mind. It's the only thing that can stop me. They're asking him about international law and whether or not he feels like it applies to him. And he's literally saying, I don't need international law. I'm not looking to hurt people.
I know one thing that'll stop him: diabetes and high blood pressure, and him not working out, and him drinking Coke every day and eating McDonald's.
True.
That'll stop you, Donald Trump. I know one thing.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful, because the only reason why I say that is because it's like, this is what America is all about. Nothing can stop you except yourself. That's basically that's what I took from it. That's what I took from it. Nothing can stop you except yourself. And Trump is the perfect example for it, because nothing is stopping him from whatever he wants to do right now.
Okay.
So you're good. Okay.
Right.
So then if a Democrat were to become the president and have the same exact mentality and do the exact same thing, you will have no problem.
No problem.
It depends
It shouldn't depend.
I'm saying it just depends on how much you believe in yourself. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, my God.
Anything is possible. That's all I'm saying. Anything is possible. And Trump believes it. He truly believes it.
So then what Biden did with the pandemic and the forced vaccinations, as he's had some criticisms for, that's all fine because he used his imagination and he was just good to do it all.
I didn't say it's okay. But what I'm saying is that's just the facts. The reality is he can do whatever he wants. It's unfortunate. I don't think it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate,
It just is what it is. That's kind of what flows right into what Trump said about Greenland, because he clearly believes that he could do whatever he wants with Greenland as well. Yeah. So a lot of people saw our last story. We were talking about Greenland. They were like, there's no way he's actually going to do it. You guys are just idiots. So this is it from his own mouth. He really does plan to go into Greenland.
We are going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not, because if we don't do it, Russia or China will take over Greenland, and we're not going to have Russia or China as a neighbor. Okay?
1 second, you gotta keep going. He says,
I would like to make a deal of, the easy way, but if we don't do it the easy way, we're going to do it the hard way.
okay. So, right. I mean,
Sound like a parent talking to their child. Listen, you need to come with me, do this the easy way, or you can do this the hard way. Either way, you're going to get a whooping. Like, what?
and to be fair, he has everything on the table according to him, which also includes potentially buying Greenland. So it doesn't have to be with military power. But according to the AP, Greenland's prime minister and 4 party leaders there said, we don't want to be Americans. We don't want to be Danes. We want to be Greenlanders. And that the island's future must be decided by the Greenlandic people.
I mean, it's so weird. Again, it's weird because of what actually Greenland is. It's supposed to be, it's not technically part of NATO, but it falls under Denmark, which is under NATO.
Right.
So it's like, I say to NATO and Denmark, it's like, get your island in check. We can. I understand from a military standpoint where he's coming from. If it is true that there are Russians moving around that area, and there's Chinese ships that's around that area also, it's like it's necessary. It may be necessary. We can't allow our enemies to have a strategic advantage over us. What do you think?
I mean, I get it. I do get it. I mean, the situation is obviously a lot more complex than I think a lot of people even know about.
Fair.
But at the same time, we have historically had a lot of bases in Greenland, and we could put as many soldiers as we want in Greenland, and we have a base there already. So I guess the other argument to that would be, why not use diplomacy? Why not say, okay, are we good or not? Are we allies or not? Are you going to continue to let Russian and Chinese ships around your area or not? Like, how come they can't just continue talking about it with their ally instead of saying, we're just going to do whatever we want, F y'all?
Well, they've been saying that they're going to be using diplomacy, though. And even with the whole buying narrative that they're saying, that's kind of diplomatic in a sense.
It would be.
If the people of Greenland actually agree to taking that money, then that's diplomatic. And he didn't have to use war, or he didn't have to use bombs or anything like that. We just need security. That's, again, I hate to say it, but it's like our team versus their team. And right now, Greenland, I don't know where they stand.
But if Greenland says, I don't want to be, that's why they were saying, we don't want to be Danes. We don't want to be Americans. Like, they don't want to be people of Denmark. They don't want to be Americans. They want to be Greenland. So even if Denmark does decide to sell it to the U.S., the Greenland people would probably also be like, wait a minute, what are you talking about here? Like, we just want to be amongst ourselves and have control of ourselves. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I just want Greenland to figure out, well, are they saying they don't want to be Chinese? Are they saying they don't want to be Russian too? That's what I want to know. Where do you stand, Greenland? Like, are you going to support us, or are you going to support them, or are you just going to stay your own sovereign nation?
Being flippy floppy.
Very.
Very flippy floppy.
Very.
We'll see what happens. Okay, we will also see what happens with Iran. We got to talk about what's happening with Iran because it's honestly just getting nuts. And it's been honestly like a multi-week saga that's playing out right now. And I guess we should just start off by saying you're going to have to choose which propaganda you want to believe, because the stories are all over the place. And it's so hard to sit here and tell you what's true and what's real, because even people online don't really seem to know. But this all started, at least as far as where we were getting involved, by seeing what our president was saying about it. So you'll remember that we showed you this post from him on True Social. It's the president originally saying that if Iran shoots and kills peaceful protesters, the U.S. would come to their rescue. And at that point, I think I was saying, what do you mean we're going to come to their protesters' rescue? We got people here protesting that are hoping that somebody comes to their rescue. So that was already a little sus. And then he doubled down on this a couple days ago. This is January 10th, and said Iran is looking at freedom, perhaps like never before, and the U.S. stands ready to help. So just off of this alone, I mean, what are you guys thinking? Should the U.S. even be involved with their affairs or not?
I've been trying to look into it, because from working here and working with y'all, it's like, I've learned, even though I'm young, that just because the government says they're going to do something, they're not necessary. There's an underlying, there's always something underlying their reasoning, especially when it comes down to morality. They're making it seem like they're trying to help the protesters and they're trying to be on their side. But really what I've been doing my research is basically they're trying to make sure that Iran doesn't get those nukes.
It seems like this could be a continuation of that narrative. And it's not like we're trying to make you like a radical or anything. It's more so when you look at what the U.S. is doing, you kind of just notice a pattern. Even when you look at what happened with Israel and Iran and the U.S. last year, they were all supposed to be working out a peace deal, something to just get an answer on what they were going to do with their nuclear program in Iran. And then Israel was attacking. And then the U.S. was joining in. And everybody was like, there's no way this just happened like out of nowhere. You guys must have been planning for this while telling Iran you were talking and trying to bring about a peace deal. So people were already thinking, clearly they're saying one thing in the media and doing another thing behind closed doors, which isn't necessarily like a conspiracy. It's just like you're not going to put your plans out in the media. You're going to use the media as a tool. So you literally never know what's the truth and what's a lie that they're using for their own strategic purposes. But people in Iran have been protesting, and we can show you some pictures. It's been very hard because Iran also cut the internet and cut their ability to call people completely. They did a total blackout because people were saying it's getting real.
At the worst timing. At the worst timing, bro.
Right.
Yeah, people were saying they didn't want people outside of the country to see how bad it was getting, how many people were protesting. They didn't want their own citizens to see how bad it was getting and how many people were protesting because they were trying to quash it. Yeah. These are people who were trying to overthrow this current regime they have.
Yeah.
And that's what Trump is saying he wants to help them support.
See, my issue with that, and again, this has me going back to what me and you said, Lana, a while ago, is we got to resolve what's happening at our own house first.
Exactly.
Like everything, we got to take care of home first before we start helping other people. You know what I mean? Like, how can you help other people if you can't even help yourself right now? You know what I mean? Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, I'm not as knowledgeable about these type of things as you are, but what I do know is that it starts at the house first. Let's fix the house first.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the house, I mean just U.S. And then let's go help out other people. Because I feel like, yes, we have all these things to help other people, but we still don't have the resources to help the people back here at home. So I don't know. That's just my standpoint on it.
And see, I get that standpoint, right? And I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, and I'm gonna kind of see the other standpoint, the strategic standpoint that America is looking at. Like, yeah, we got all this turmoil at our own house, but we can't let the enemies get a strategic advantage. If they get nukes, the unfortunate thing is, if they get nukes, we have to respect them a little bit more.
For sure.
We have to put real respect on their name if they have nukes.
100%.
But that's why I think all of this looks a little shady. At least it's starting to look shady because we haven't said anything about nukes. What we've said is we want to help the protesters. We would like to help them. You could pull Trump's post back up. We would like to help them to prevent them from being violently killed or shot at, and they are looking for freedom like never before. He's not saying, like, we're going to get involved because we want to overthrow your nuclear program. He's saying we might get involved, locked and loaded, to help the protesters. It just happens that if they got involved, they might also be able to hit where there are potential nuclear facilities. I mean, I don't know if they got them all. We don't know what they would really be doing. I mean, and now they're saying that Iran is willing to talk to them potentially and negotiate. And Iranian officials have allegedly said that they're down to talk about something that might be mutually beneficial, but they're not just going to be dictated to about what's going to happen here. But if the U.S. is willing to talk to their government and negotiate something, then is it like, F you guys who are protesting now? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
what do you mean? I thought the whole point was to be on the protesters' side. What do you mean you're going to negotiate with the government?
Right. We were also looking at, like, who is it that we're talking to in general?
Yeah.
Like, are we talking to the leaders of the protesters?
That's
Or
true.
are we talking to the leaders of the old regime? So it's like, I don't know. He did say, what did he say? Will, can you pull up that video? What he actually said they would contact him
with
about?
Iran. They do. They called yesterday.
Is it still an option?
Iran called to negotiate.
Yes.
Yesterday, the leaders of Iran called. They want to negotiate. I think they're tired of being beat up by the United States.
Bro, Trump just be talking. Trump just be talking, bro.
The old regime, maybe what I'm getting is the old regime is tired of being beat up by the United States, so maybe they're trying to cooperate.
You mean the current regime?
Well, the current regime.
Yeah.
The current regime is tired of being beat up by the United States. Now they're trying to cooperate.
Because there is the old regime who's kind of entered the chat as well, the old Shah's son, who's exiled. He's kind of came into the chat in this instance and said, like, yeah, everybody, like, push for freedom. Because Iran today is not what it always was. Like, Iran used to be more like us. They used to have, like, wide-ranging freedoms, go to beaches, be in bikinis, go to dance clubs. And over the years, in fact, it was kind of the U.S.'s fault. Like, if you believe declassified CIA documents, back in the 50s, Britain basically convinced the U.S. to help overthrow their leadership, Mossadegh, their leadership. And basically, they said that because their leadership had nationalized their oil. Sounds very familiar. What happened in Venezuela? Their old leadership wanted to nationalize their oil, say, Britain, you got to get out of here. We want the profits all for ourselves. It's our oil. We want it. And so at that point, Britain tells the U.S., like, hey, like, you should help us overthrow this guy. So this is a declassified CIA document. Apparently, they just start paying people to protest and make it seem like that Mossadegh guy was losing control of the population there, that he wasn't as popular anymore. So the first coup attempt fails. The second coup attempt works. He gets out of there. There's a secret police that's established. The Shah, who's basically like the king, he ends up getting, I don't know, very sus of everybody. They know the U.S. was kind of involved in what happened, so they start to really put a clamp down on the people there, but they still had freedoms. And then in like 79, the people overthrew that guy, and they established their current Ayatollah in power now, and he just made the whole thing like morality central. Like, they got to wear the headscarves and they have to, you know, just abide by a sort of kind of religious way of living. It's very similar to The Handmaid's Tale, if you've ever seen that. I mean, it just sounds very similar, where they used to have freedoms and now they're kind of more controlled. But then when you see videos out of Tehran, which is the capital, life kind of also looks like it's fine?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Yeah, it looks like it's fine, but then you start seeing like new reports of people actually protesting for the government.
Right.
That's the thing that's been scratching my head, like, because there's been reports. Oh, yeah.
That's one that's supporting the current regime, supporting the government that the Trump administration and the first protesters are trying to overthrow. These people are allegedly, if you believe Associated Press reporting, they've confirmed that these are pro-government videos, supporters, and that tens of thousands of people have come out in support of this current government.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's so weird.
They're going crazy.
If they really hate their government that much, like, who are these people? And that's why I think it's all just gets a little strange. Because when you think about protesting, it's supposed to be like a right that you have here in America. And like, this is us saying that we just hate what's going on and we're letting our voice be heard about it. But they already know, they've already had history where the U.S. and Britain went in there and paid people to protest and like make it seem like their government wasn't doing what they were supposed to be doing. So there's a lot of mistrust there.
Yeah.
I think that's also why Trump sees all these protesters and think it's fake. He's called it like radical left lunatics. He's called them like just paid protesters. And I think a lot of people think that he's just being dramatic and like not acknowledging that people actually want to protest him.
Mm-hmm.
But he knows that that is a thing that the U.S. has been involved in and can be done.
Yeah, it's a strategy. It's becoming a strategy almost any big meeting or gathering is like funded by somebody behind the scenes. And I seen it when I was interviewing in Atlanta. There was like a whole group of people out there in front of the Capitol at one point, like with picket signs and all types of things. I'm trying to get interviews. They're like, yeah, you got to talk to my manager. I'm like, what you mean your manager? I thought this was like a peaceful protest that are the citizens, but it's not. It's really weird.
Yeah, I miss.
And yeah, it could be going down in Iran too. It could be going down in Iran too.
That's what Iranian leadership has said. They feel like everything is fine. They feel like, the people are still with them. Mind you, even if tens of thousands of people are protesting on either side, there are millions and millions, like 92 or so million people in Iran. So that means like the vast majority aren't a part of either one of these protests.
Now, the only question that I have is if there are people that are supporting Iran and this is all fake propaganda, then why would the government cut out the lights? If there was no beef at all, like why would they cut off the power system and the power grids at one point?
I think they were trying to keep people from planning and keep people from knowing how many people were supporting the idea of overthrowing him. Like, if I can't, like, text you anymore, I don't know where we're meeting up. I don't know how to do that. And I can't tell anybody in the outside world, we're all protesting or none of us are protesting or these are how many people have died. They said hundreds of people have died so far, like 500 or so people.
500, yeah.
So, I don't know.
So then that would mean that there are actual protesters then.
Oh, for sure. I mean, as far as we know.
Huh.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, whatever happened to the old school protests, like, the Million Man marches and stuff like that?
That was probably funded too. Who knows?
That's crazy,
no.
bro.
Ever since I started working, I'm like, question everything, bro. Question everything.
That's a
Said
good
the Million Man
move,
March
though.
was funded is hilarious, bro.
I will say it's very obvious to all of us at this point that protests aren't doing anything. And I hate to say that even about these ICE protests.
They aren't.
They're not going to make ICE leave.
No.
What you need to do is protest with your wallet. Stop supporting companies financially, and then you'll see movement. The Montgomery bus boycott, those people were boycotting for over a year.
Yep.
Walked instead of bust or carpooled instead of bus for over a year. And they finally got moving. Not because they just marched on the street. Nobody cares.
I'm so glad you said that because I say this all the time to people and everybody thinks that I'm so like negative when I say this. Is like, bruh, protests don't do nothing. I say this all the time. Go do something else to make a change. When everybody wanted to protest Target and y'all still shopped at Target, what? That don't even make no sense. Like, bruh, y'all call yourself protesting, but all y'all doing is talking. So if you really want to make a change, like Lana said, do it with the dollars.
Yeah.
Once you make an impact on somebody's wallet, they'll start rethinking about the things that they really got to do. Like, wait a minute, are we losing money? Oh, no, let's actually listen to what they got to say now.
Yeah.
Let's actually listen. So I'm a firm believer. Yeah, protesting, yelling, and holding, they ain't doing nothing.
And I also think, just while we're on the topic of not even knowing what's going on, what's happening in Venezuela is also very interesting. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but the U.S. issued a very dramatic travel warning for Venezuela. Do not travel to Venezuela and depart immediately for anybody who's there. So that is travel advisory level 4. It's the highest travel advisory they have. And they say it's because of severe risks to Americans, including wrongful detention, torture in detention, terrorism, kidnapping, arbitrary enforcement of local laws, crime, civil unrest, and poor health infrastructure. And now there's been a travel warning to Venezuela since like 2019, but this is obviously an escalation. And this is where I felt it got really dramatic. Before departure, U.S. citizens should take precautions and be aware of their surroundings. There are reports of groups of armed militias known as colectivos setting up roadblocks and searching vehicles for evidence of U.S. citizenship or support for the United States. And they're saying that U.S. citizens who are still in Venezuela should be vigilant and exercise caution. We have a video of what Venezuela looks like. And it's honestly fine.
This is ridiculous. Yo, bro, I know for a fact there's a few Americans over there just lamping, just kicking it, bro. Like, I feel you, but
this is after Maduro's capture. This video was taken. So it's not like what they're saying it is, which is people are just like terrorized and under the thumb of tyranny so much that they just have no hope in whatever they're saying about people in Venezuela right now. Yes, it does seem like there is some kind of a military or police presence of some sort, but not like people are like being kidnapped off the street.
Look, when y'all go over there, just learn Spanish and just fit and just blend in. That's it. Learn Spanish and blend in. All right. Good God.
Yeah, it's definitely a strategy that the government may use to just scare people almost. Like it's like a scare tactic. They're going like maybe this because I do see a couple police officers in the background, but they gotta dramatize it. People gotta make money too.
And those people right there, they're supporting Maduro. Just to make it clear, these are not like the people who are, protesting against Maduro, which, like we said, we don't know how many people who are in Venezuela would love to protest Maduro and can't because of, whatever fears they may have over there. But we did see a lot of people protesting to get the president back.
It just shows society will go on even without a regime.
Exactly.
Society, because, and then this is what I was talking about with Matt the other day. It's like, rules only exist from the government, or somebody that enforces power. But I'm just because rules disappear or something doesn't mean I'm going to start killing you. The rules aren't stopping me from hurting you. It's just because I don't want to.
Yeah, you
rules
have morals.
Stopping me. Yeah, I have morals. So it's life's still going to go on without a government in general.
And I probably still have bills. Probably still got to go to work.
Dang.
Flat out.
You know what I mean?
Flat out.
Probably still do.
So it's
Flat out.
You got kidnapped, but I need my electricity.
Got to pay this.
Right.
You got to pay this rent.
I got a car note. So that's where it's some of this just seems like narrative building, where they're trying to make it seem like there's so much strife going on. I personally thought, and this is my own little conspiracy theory, I think that they're trying to tell Americans to leave Venezuela just in case they have to do any kind of second strike, which they have floated. They don't want to hit an American.
Oh, yeah.
They cannot kill an American over there and have their family come back and say, we were fine. Nothing was wrong with our life in Venezuela. We moved there to get away from the U.S. They can't have that.
Mm-mm.
So that's why they got to say level 4, everybody get out, and hope they believe it.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's so much more to talk about with that, but we have got to go to break, and we will be right back in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to Hot 97 News. We want to pick back up on our conversation about Venezuela because there's just so much to talk about. Why did we go into Venezuela?
Originally for the oil. For the drugs.
For the drugs?
For the drugs.
Has anybody heard anything about a drug recently?
No, we haven't.
I have not heard anything about anything but oil recently. And that's why, people who were saying for months that this was probably mostly about the oil were called crazy. Everybody feels like they've been validated and vindicated. And what I think is nuts is the meeting that the White House had with actual oil companies. Because right after it happened, Trump was saying that the oil companies had pledged $100 billion, that they were going to go into Venezuela and rebuild the infrastructure and pour all this money into the United States, and it was going to be great. And immediately after, people started saying, wait a minute, the oil companies don't know what you're talking about. They didn't say anything like that. So they have this meeting at the White House where they have top oil executives and they're trying to do a whole rah, 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 we did it, we're great type of vibe. But apparently, if you believe the reports, and I don't mean to make Trump look bad, but if you believe these reports, I think the AP's reporting or Politico reporting, that basically said that the White House had to scramble to find a bunch of people who could sit in the meeting because they don't have the support they thought they had. In fact, Exxon's CEO basically said something to the effect of, we've had our assets seized there twice, meaning in Venezuela, twice. So you can imagine to re-enter a third time would require some pretty significant changes from what we've historically seen and what is currently the state. Today, it's uninvestable. That's what he said. So we do all of this just for one of the largest oil companies to say it's uninvestable?
What does uninvestable mean, though? What does that technically mean?
We can't invest in this
at all.
Like this. Like
Okay.
Can't.
No, I get the gist of it. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out.
Saying, like, why?
Yeah.
So basically, from what I'm hearing is you're saying that people was seizing. It was seized by who?
Venezuela went and seized and nationalized the oil. So this is what started this whole thing.
Yeah.
U.S. companies go into Venezuela and they are pulling oil and money out. Venezuela says, we need the oil for ourselves. This money is ours. I'm taking all of this and nationalizing it. So those companies lost big time.
Okay.
And Venezuela was supposed to pay them back and didn't. They were supposed to basically compensate them for the losses and they didn't. So ConocoPhillips and different companies basically still have beef with Venezuela to this day, saying like they owe us money.
Why are you worried? We got America backing us now. I don't get it. It's like, if,
what do you mean?
Like, okay, so they're saying that back in the day, Venezuela had told them they couldn't use that oil anymore, right?
They said back in the day, Venezuela took our inverse. They took it all. All the investments that we made, they just took it and nationalized it and left us with nothing. They owe us billions of dollars from this. They haven't given it to us. And now you're asking us to go and invest again after that's happened to us twice. So they're saying it's uninvestable. Why would I go and invest more money in the same country that took my stuff twice and never paid me back for it?
Is it it's going to be military backed now, though? That's what I'm asking, because we're going to have well, I'm not going to say we're going to have troops out there, but we do have the Navy out there right now protecting a vast amount of the Navy out there. So it's like, we're going to be protecting it. It's going to be America owned. Basically, that's what Trump's been saying. Like, he's dang near claiming Venezuela as our own. So it's like, stop being worried. Like, what are you doing?
That is Trump's argument. Actually, literally almost verbatim. He said, you're dealing with us directly. You're not dealing with Venezuela at all. We don't want you to deal with Venezuela. He's saying his administration was going to decide which firms would be allowed to operate there. So he's literally cutting Venezuela out of their own oil trade.
Yeah.
But it's like they don't really have a choice.
Right. And see, I get why they're kind of scared, though, now that you say that, because it's like, we still don't know how the Venezuelans is actually taking this. And if we actually start bringing our companies out there, what they might do to our companies. And yeah, so I mean, I get it, but I'm like, come on now, Venezuela, we took that president. Like, what are we scared of? No, I'm playing. I'm not playing, but it's like, what are we scared of? I guess they just don't have the trust. They don't have the trust in Trump, and I get that.
Technically, the guy's quote went on to say that he was confident that the U.S. would help bring about the necessary changes in Venezuela to make it worth it. But he was just saying, like, today, the way the situation is, we cannot confidently invest there. So, I mean, yeah, Trump is saying that other smaller, not even Trump, Trump's administration is saying that other smaller companies are ringing the phones off the hook to try to get a piece of this oil situation in Venezuela, but that the bigger oil companies were a little skeptical about what this means and like how to actually proceed. So my whole point is, imagine doing all of this and the oil companies
don't even want to do it.
Don't even want to do it.
Don't even want to do it.
Trump,
it's
get
crazy.
It together, man.
But Trump is confident. Like you said, Trump is confident that like this will happen. In fact, he's so confident, he actually signed an executive order to stop all the courts and the creditors from being able to seize Venezuelan oil revenue, meaning to say all these companies who still say Venezuela has my money, they owe me money. Any money that's extracted from all this cannot go to them right now. So not only are they saying like, you guys are going to invest, but if you have money that Venezuela owes you, you're not going to get it back as we start pulling out profits right now because we got to use it for our own purposes. But you still need to invest.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. As if a company is a major investor, I put billions of dollars into it and I lost it. Of course, I'm gonna be shaky. But I'm saying, I mean, we kind of got a different president in the house that's about that life right now. So it's like, I don't know how worried I will really be.
Speaking of About That Life, did you hear at least the rumors of how they carried out the whole kidnapping / capture of Maduro?
That thing is scary as ever, bro.
Crazy.
So there's reports that saying that there was a mystery weapon used in Venezuela that caused the soldiers at the time to fall to their knees, and they were bleeding through their nose and they were bleeding through their ears and vomiting. They said it was like a sonar that your ears, a sonar weapon that they used on when they was picking up the president.
What is this, Mission Impossible?
Maduro.
Literally. What are we talking about? What is this, Mission Impossible?
I don't know, bro.
John Wick? What?
That's scary, though. Imagine if America really did have that technology and if they tried to use it on like the American people at one point. That's what I got worried about.
It's okay. I think it's scary if it's true. Because sometimes you don't know what they get put in the press just to get the people going. Maybe I want Iran to be a little nervous. Maybe I just say we have some sonar weaponry that can like literally disable your entire force. But at the same time, it was a little too easy. And I was thinking about that too. Like, how did the entire compound not go down as this president is being kidnapped? Like, they really went, you know how hard that would be? You know how many people you have to get by? And I know they said like 80 or so people died, and there were like 32 or so Cubans who were supposed to be protecting Maduro who also died. But I just don't see how it wasn't just everybody swarms wherever Maduro is and like goes into this big gunfight. America didn't lose anybody.
No.
How is it that easy? That's crazy.
So the soldiers could be making up an excuse.
No,
they
could have been what you're saying it is.
No, man, I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
It was the weapons they
Come
had.
on, dog.
Them weapons was crazy.
Oh, you think it's
Hey, bro, I swear it was them weapons. I
Matrix?
wasn't asleep on the job. It was them weapons that was crazy.
I was vomiting?
I was vomiting, bro. I swear I vomited.
Who knows? Who knows,
What?
man? But that's crazy.
I don't believe that
that's
at all.
Some crazy technology.
Yeah,
right
I
there,
don't
if
believe
it's
that
true.
at all.
You don't?
No.
Really?
What? No. What? No, I don't believe that at all. No.
I wouldn't put it past him. Because they say they have like just tech that's so advanced.
And we use it on Venezuela? What? No. Why
we
would...
do it to capture a president
while
in the middle of wherever he's sleeping for the first time ever? I mean, that's where I would test it out.
You said he was sleeping, so I mean, I'm pretty sure it can't be that hard to catch somebody laying down. So,
I don't know if he was sleeping.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe that they did that, bro.
Yeah.
I don't believe they used them. What are we doing? What is this? What kind of movie are we living in right now?
No, but regardless, it feels like we're living in a movie.
Yeah.
It totally does. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll let you know what happens. But speaking of tech, did you see CES? That's that whole get together. It's a powerful tech event. They basically get together in Las Vegas and they show all the cool new tech things that are coming out in the future / now and that they're working on / have been working on. And the cool things that I saw were honestly, we're living in the future, to include the stair climbing robot vacuum. Let's freaking go. I hate cleaning stairs. That thing literally can climb up the stairs and clean at the same time. You guys aren't. Y'all don't get it.
No.
Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't clean. Y'all houses are dirty.
I do clean my house,
No,
but
you don't.
Stairs.
Yeah, I ain't got no stairs in my crib.
Okay.
We live on a 1-floor, 3-bedroom house.
Oh, the whole ranch right here.
No, not a ranch,
Same.
but I don't need I don't need that. That I mean, I feel like that's useless. But I wish I would have had that back in the day when I was like a kid, because when my parents made me clean the steps.
Yes.
Getting on the steps, because you got to clean steps, you got to either do one or two things. You can either do it the quick way or you could do it the actual right way, where you take the hose and you go each step and you do it like this. Or you could take the vacuum and pick the vacuum up and but that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That is a lot of work. So, I mean, this will definitely help out for sure. I will say
in the
that.
future.
I will say that. Now, my favorite thing was the 130-inch Samsung TV. Now, if you look this...
Man.
Now, wait. I want to let the people know how big 130 inches is. That's 10 feet. Okay?
Okay.
That's a basketball.
Yeah.
That's a basketball hoop. That's 10 feet of cinema. You know, if I would have had... Oh, my God. Y'all remember BET Uncut? Imagine BET.
Well, I don't know BET.
Imagine oh, you were too young. But imagine BET Uncut on 130-inch. Oh, Tip Drill on 130-inch TV would have been amazing. I would have loved to watch that video on 130-inch TV. Jesus.
When you think about how tall you are, like I'm 5'11".
Yeah,
10 feet is crazy.
That's huge.
That's crazy.
That's huge, bro. I would have, yeah, bro. That was my, I would love to buy that. 130-inch TV, I'm taking that, yes.
Why are people still buying TVs when there's projectors out there?
Nobody want no projector, dog. Nobody want no projector.
I was actually thinking about getting a projector. Do you like them?
Bro, projectors are so much easier. I mean, like, just hook it up on top of your little wall. It doesn't take up any space or anything like that on the wall. It's really easy,
but
bro.
you also need a projector screen. That's the thing.
Not necessarily.
Like,
I put it on my wall. I just put it
does
on a
make
white
it look
wall.
better.
You put
it does make it look better, though. I will say that. I just put it on a white wall.
But you can.
Yeah. But if you get like a really expensive, like maybe like $500 projector, it's going to be like 4K just like the TV. I still don't understand why people are buying TV.
Yeah.
TV, it's just the nostalgia of having a TV. Also, the reason I buy TVs is just to let myself know where I came from. Okay. Because, I remember when, I used to have a little back into the TV. Hello? Okay. And I used to have to press the TV because I couldn't find a remote. So I used to have to press the TV with a finger. You understand me? So now I can afford a flat screen TV. I'm gonna put one on the wall.
You have the ears. You gotta find the channel.
You gotta find the channel, dog. You understand? You used to have to go in and color contrast your TV because your internet. I mean, dog, y'all don't get me. Y'all don't understand. So yeah, I buy TV so I can know where I came from. This thing is
probably so inexpensive. I also thought it was cool. Razer has a whole new phone they're coming out with, and it looks like this. But you have no clue what Razer did to the game.
Shout out to the Razer, bro. That was a social class system of its own. It was like the iPhones back then.
Yeah.
There was the iPhones back then. If you had a Razer,
before the iPhone. Do you even remember life without like a screen to touch?
I had like a flip phone. I didn't actually have one. My parents had one, but I remember a flip phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the flip phones were, they were clunky. Cool. They were fine. But then Razer came out with something that was sleek.
And stylish.
And slick, and the keypad was silver and just
I'm
talking
about, and it looked like it could slice bread.
It could.
Bro, and it came in different colors. Yes. If you had a pink one, black, red, bro, Razer was it. If you had a Razer, I wasn't fortunate enough to have one because we were broke in my family.
I'm so jealous.
But all my white friends had Razers.
Hold on. I didn't know they kept making them though. This is also a Razer.
That's a new one.
Did you guys know they made a Razer still? Look at this. This is crazy.
Yeah, but that one is not as cool as the original. Man.
Back in the day, because that was a moment.
Here's the thing.
But I had no idea they were still making Razers.
Let me see this. This is the thing I loved about the Razers and I loved about flip phones because you could be on the phone with somebody and the hang up. Oh, if I don't really want to talk to you, see, it's different now. It's different now with an iPhone. True. You get an iPhone, you got to take it from your ear, you got to press in. Right. If I'm talking to you and I want to hear, get out my face and just hang up.
It felt so
and
good.
Keep it moving, bro.
If this wasn't our boss's phone,
what?
Just so you guys would know.
Keep it moving. You know how many times I done hung up on people just click it? Yeah, shout out to the Razer. They need to bring the Sidekick back too. Bring the Sidekick back.
The Sidekick was also a moment.
Bring the Sidekick back.
You have no idea. That was futuristic.
What was your phone?
Have one.
My very first phone was like a Android, like a really small Android touchscreen.
Yeah. Okay.
So you've always had touchscreens.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Phones have always looked like this, right? To you, they've always, as far as
like that. It was smaller, but yeah.
You always had a touchscreen
for the most part.
Wow, that is very. That's so. Oh man, bless your heart. That is. You did not know the struggle. Do you know what T9 texting is?
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Man, that's a whole form of communication. You would be lost.
Yeah, T9, where you actually had to press 111
to get to the C.
I don't even think I remember how to press spell. Hey, oh yeah, I do. It is 4 2 times. It is 2 times, and then it's 9 2 times.
Oh yeah. I went through the Great Depression. Like that sounds sad. That sounds sick. For real. That sounds bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Hey, bro.
I'm just sorry. I'm sorry.
It was a struggle, my brother.
But
it was
that
a struggle.
is why the sidekick changed the game, because it came out and the screen flipped up, and it
Flipped
was
up.
the first time you had like the whole,
Keyboard.
and BlackBerry
Yeah.
had a whole keyboard where you could push the letter. Futuristic.
Yeah, but you didn't know nothing about that. You've
Nah.
always had
Nothing
the
about it.
luxury of swiping up and swiping right and
Yeah.
don't have any keyboards. Oh, man, your life must have been great.
You did find a crazy one. We don't have the picture for you,
Yeah.
but they had some crazy stuff they unveiled too.
They had a couple. See, my thing about this whole entire thing is like I'm kind of terrified of how far technology is going.
Yeah.
At
Oh,
this
same.
point. They said that they had a my persona AI. So basically, you could create a clone or a version of yourself. It's like a digital clone that you have. The clone can model your voice and facial expressions without you like putting it in there. Like once you program it, it's just go. It just goes.
What?
It has auto replying to DMs. It can answer questions for you. It can narrate videos in your voice. It can act as a chatbot trained to your own knowledge, and it does scripted live streams.
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna
and
have-
it has pre-approved responses also.
Why do y'all want this?
Well, I know some people. I know a bunch of husbands across America who probably want this. I ain't gonna lie. What? Are you kidding
then
me?
why get married?
Well, no, I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying I would want it. But what I
Do
am
you hear
saying.
him? What's your
Don't
fiance's
worry
name?
about all that. Don't worry about all that. All I'm saying is there's a bunch of husbands out there that this is very useful to them. What? They could just program themselves and never have to talk to their wives. That's what they're. I'm not saying it's me.
Excuse me.
I'm just saying that's what's going to happen.
That's crazy.
That's all I'm saying.
I was just thinking of it from a standpoint of why would you guys want to just have a version of you that takes the whole point of living out of living? Like, if anybody can just be you, what's to stop you from getting kidnapped and still have a version of you that everybody just thinks is fine enough? Well, I can still talk to her via this live stream. I could still have her respond to me. Like, what if you got kidnapped? You would never know.
I'm not gonna hold you. If I was a clone, if they was a clone of me,
Mhm.
I would literally send him out everywhere. I would sit at home all day.
What if he went rogue? You'd have no clue.
If he went rogue,
If he went rogue and did crazy.
if my clone just went crazy, I would come out and be like, "Hey, man, sorry guys, my mistake. We got a bad batch. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna get another one tomorrow. Don't worry." You know what I mean?
Nah.
I mean, what if your wife starts liking that AI version more than you? Though?
Oh, bro, I just go get another wife.
No,
That's
we've seen it already.
true.
People are falling in love with AI and not even seeing their face. AI got game. Now that I think about it, they just texting and taking women.
Yeah.
And taking men.
Those dudes are very, very broken inside.
Imagine when you put a face to it.
And
That's
it's you.
crazy. And it's you.
It's not even like really cheating because you already sent your bot to talk to me. So now I'm over here giggling with him. Fake you. Fake Ronndell.
And all I'm gonna say is, baby, have them. I'm gonna go get somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Then what is the
That's
point?
all I'm saying. Y'all be thinking too deep. This ain't even that deep. Look, if my girl started dating my clone, the little AI version of me, more power to you, dog. Handle it. Peace. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a piece of her hair and I'm gonna go clone her and I'm gonna make a better version of her. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make the version that I really want. That's what I'm gonna make.
That's crazy.
So, listen, man.
That is the problem with this whole chat GPT, all of it, like in general, because people are forgetting how to talk to real people.
Yeah, I feel
There's no conflict resolution necessary when you're talking to something that constantly tells you you're right, constantly tells you that you're validated.
True.
Tells you why you should be angry or XYZ. Like what? Like you don't know how to talk to regular people anymore. You people are nuts. This is what starts the downfall. You heard it here.
Yep.
It's not even first because people have been warning you guys. You just don't care.
Nope, you don't care.
You people are nuts.
I'm ready.
Okay, speaking of being nuts, Sinners was snubbed at the Golden Globes.
Absolutely outrageous.
And the streets are either mad or they're happy, whatever. But I've seen a lot of people upset about this.
Yeah, it's terrible because Sinners was nominated for 7 different awards at the Golden Globes. They had Best Motion Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay, Best Performance by a Male Actor in a Motion Picture. They had Best Original Score, Cinematic Cinematic and Box Office Achievement Awards, and then Best Original Song. Y'all, they only won 2. They only won 2, and they didn't even win the good ones. They won Cinematic and Box Office Achievement Award. So that's just basically saying, oh, you had a nice box office.
Bro.
You can't like fudge that. It's like what the numbers are, what they are. So they couldn't not give it to them.
Bro,
yeah.
Winning the Box Office Achievement Award and like the best score, that's like pretty much a participation trophy. And that's what really, what really makes me mad is that they the category they got nominated, the score, the best score, film score.
Yeah.
They didn't even feel like that was even worthy of showing on TV.
Oh.
Yeah. That the best original score wasn't even shown. They just gave Sinners wins the best score and went to commercial. Yeah, bro. So it's like that's how y'all really felt about like Sinners and Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan and the whole African American cast that they had. Like that's how y'all really felt. Is wild to me.
And the Asians, there were Asians in there.
And all the black cast that we had.
Minorities were,
Girl, we ain't talking about that. The cast was black.
But I think if you watch that movie, I will say this till I die, like it made a statement that was beyond just race.
For sure.
And I think the people who heard what that statement was are the same people who probably did not want it to win anything. I do think it's crazy that you can get a cinematic and box office achievement and not win anything else. What do you mean you did the best at bringing people to watch the movie and yet it wasn't good enough to win like anything else? That doesn't even make sense, man.
Right. And then they gave Timothée Chalamet the best male actor in a motion picture drama.
Even saw it?
It was a motion picture drama and musical.
You're talking about Marty McFly, right?
Marty McFly.
Or what is it? Marty Supreme?
Marty Supreme. And it wasn't even a musical. It was a drama, but then it was so lame. Sinners. I swear to God, they should have won, bro. This is so aggravating, bro. I swear. So the next award show we got is the Oscars, but I don't think it's gonna look good on
for Sinners.
Yeah.
Do they have any nominations for the Oscars? Are the nominations up already for the Oscars? Let's see.
I haven't seen yet. Let me see.
Wait, can you? While he's looking that up, can you actually look up who won all those things? I want to know who actually won because you're saying, not you, but in these notes it says that something called Hamnet won.
Hamnet won some.
Won what? What even is Hamnet?
I don't know. And I'm a moviegoer, and I don't even know what Hamnet is.
They won Best Drama Film?
Yep. And then they got One Battle After Another. Shout out to Tiana
Taylor. Yeah, she did win.
Shout out to for Best Supporting Actor.
She did win that. Yeah, that's lit. And I think that's her first award, first Golden Globe.
First Golden Globe
ever.
Yeah.
And bruh, Tiana can act.
Yeah.
She can also sing, but yeah, she has definitely proved herself as an actress over the past years.
I'm just going to read you what Hamnet is about. Have you heard of Hamnet?
I've never even heard of it.
Okay. William Shakespeare and his wife Agnes celebrate the birth of their son, Hamnet. However, when tragedy strikes and Hamnet dies at a young age, it inspires Shakespeare to write his timeless masterpiece, Hamlet. I'm sorry, Hamlet.
That's
Does that sound like it's as good as
I really
Sinners?
don't care how Hamlet came about. To be totally honest with you.
And Hamnet only got 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. Right.
That's
Sinners
crazy.
got 97.
Robbed?
Sinners got 97. What are we talking about, bro?
Yeah.
That's why I know. That's why a lot of these actors, I've seen interviews with a lot of actors, a lot of black actors, like, bro, I don't even go to these award shows no more.
Because you already know what it is.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of these people like, I don't even go to these award shows. When they invite me, I'm like, nah, I'm good. And I totally see why now. Like, bruh, you're snubbing me. You're taking it like good stuff away from me. Not that awards mean anything, and I don't think they do. I think we as people give the people their awards. You know what I mean? Like as far as like we gave Sinners their flowers. Like all America told Sinners that y'all film was amazing. You know, so that we don't need the Golden Globes or the Oscars to tell. I don't think they needed to be like, oh, I didn't. But it feels good to know that your peers, the people that you are in this workspace with, feel the same way that you do. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
No, I totally agree, because they have the same sort of situation when it comes to journalism. There are awards you can get in journalism, and I have never won one of them because you have to pay to get into the running for it. So for me, it's like, I don't really want to pay $500 to maybe win an award. Like, that's not an indication of if it's actually good. If it's actually good, then none of us would need to pay. And you would be taking just all of our work and then deciding whose was the best. You're taking the best of who can afford $500 to even enter the race. It's like, boy, quit playing with me. It's just so crazy.
Yeah. Now, I will say that Hot 97 TV, we do accept awards. So we like awards. And all that stuff I was saying, we will take an award, though. So once it's show, we will. I'm just saying. So if y'all there ever is an award for like the best up-and-coming news show of the year, just know Hot 97, run that.
We'll take it. Okay, well, that does do it for us. But thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys tomorrow.